Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's Mike O'Mara Show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop Amazon, and when you do, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon or click the Amazon link on our website. It's the best way to shop and the best way to support this program. Now, on with the show.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, look at this. Hold on.
See, Oscar, he was creating a pressure in the Eustachian tubes.
Nice.
A Florida mug.
Ooh, Florida mug.
I
Wow.
will give, and I will make it right, I promise you. I will give $5 to the first person that can tell me the retailer that sold us this coffee mug.
Walmart.
Here is a Rob, don't
What?
jump in.
Okay.
Here is a hint.
Mm.
The name is somewhere on the coffee cup.
Oh, man.
You
Who
have
would
how
put
much
their
time?
logo on the coffee mug?
That's tough.
Starbucks.
It's Oscar Santana
Yes.
with
Wow.
a $5 bill coming
Yeah.
to
Thank you.
That is excellent
you.
work,
Look at
Oscar.
that.
Marketing
Look at
guy
that.
knows.
Incidentally, what a logical way to approach it
Yes.
by saying what type of person, then you're like immediately, who would get it?
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Family gourmet ground coffee.
Thank you, Rob.
Yes, of course.
That to me is starting a week off on the right foot.
Thank you.
When you put Pat Neely, it makes me realize that the work you put in.
Have you watched it? Have you
thinking
watched
about
any
it?
more episodes?
Oh God, no.
Oh,
No,
Mike,
I'm only enjoying.
I have
here.
2 in my TiVo. I hope to have
I
them enjoyed today.
have been doing the Pat Neely
Yes, in
all
what way?
weekend. Shannon has no idea what it is.
Oh, you're
right?
doing the voice.
Yeah, I'm doing the voice.
What is the name of the
say
game show that's on what channel?
It is
Dollar Bill.
No, it's called Save to Win.
Oh,
Save to Win, and it's on channel 50, right?
It's on channel 50 locally. I don't know where it is. Check your local listings, of course, and then you can play the popular game.
What's in the bag, my brother?
I always,
Channel 50. I believe Channel 50 probably the only station in Washington that we may have said no to. You know, it was just
I do. You know what? I
their
bet
resources being as thin as they were, and their
I bet
their
Pat
offer
Neely,
being as generous as
when
it was.
he sells Save to Win around the country, I bet it goes something like this. We're on in many major markets like Washington, D.C. We're on Channel 50.
Channel 50.
Mike, if I'm not
Washington, D.C.
If I'm not mistaken, Tribune also said no to Channel 50 as they are selling it for Spectrum.
Didn't I go
Oh,
to Channel
really?
50
Yeah.
and do an interview about the podcast on Channel 50?
Was
Was that where Seagraves was? Was
No,
Seagraves
he was on
20
Channel
or 50?
20.
Was it
Channel
20?
20 or
Channel
50?
20.
Aren't 50 and 20 related in some way?
No,
or-
20. They both run the CW, Mike, but DC Channel 20 has staying power.
Oh, okay. All right. So 50 is just there.
CW.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's off Wisconsin Avenue, is it not?
Yes,
it's off
it is.
Wisconsin Avenue.
They share
so
an
they're
office
all off
space.
Wisconsin Avenue. That's
They share an
exciting.
office
Economies of scale.
Yeah.
I was running around saying Family Dollar panties. and
They don't sell panties.
and
do
Shannon
they?
was like, what are you doing?
You need to say this, Oscar. You need to say.
Family Dollar AA batteries.
And then I would see, let's say, like a pair of socks. Family Dollar socks. And I'm walking around.
She has no clue.
She has no idea. And she's like, are you okay? It's like, thanks for the support, babe.
See, this
Appreciate
is what's
that.
different is after married 20 years,
Yes.
if I were to go around, I'd say, Family Dollar Italian-style breadcrumbs.
Yes.
Carrie would just roll her eyes and leave, but she'd know what I was doing.
I think this is going to put Family Dollar. Now, would Family Dollar be ahead or behind? I'll go to our MBA.
Yes.
Would they be ahead or behind Dollar General? And isn't there Family Dollar, Dollar General, and Dollar Tree?
Like,
Yes.
after looking at their portfolio, the Family Dollar brand is so much bigger than the other
what I
competitors.
thought.
Blew
That's what
my
I thought.
mind.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree, I think, treading water in many markets.
Really?
That's just my opinion. I don't know. We go to the dollar stores all the time. We have a 3-year-old.
Is
People
their
with 3-year-olds go to
is
dollar
their
stores.
expense really that? I mean, their overhead really that much? If everything's less than $1, and they probably bought it for 20 cents. Right?
No, they buy just tons of crap
Yeah.
and they put it in there. And
It
the
has
fact
to
is
do
that
with presentation. You're going to go to the one that doesn't feel like a junky, dirty dollar store.
But the thing is,
No dust.
Right.
A 3-year-old can come home with money from his piggy bank with a Chinook helicopter that has a little string you pull that makes the blades go
Sure.
for $1, and that to me, that's all a 3-year-old needs. A
You see-
3-year-old does not need a $49 piece of plastic
no.
called a toy
Things-
that you buy at Walmart.
Things are no different than they were 40 years ago when I would be taken to, in Arlington, Robertson's Five and Dime, where you could buy things for a quarter.
And
like
that
a
would
pea
be
shooter or something like
and
that.
he has been, since he was 2 years old, he's been using money out of his piggy bank
Mm-hmm.
that he gets for cleaning his room to go to the Family Dollar store, and Carla lets him pay by
bam.
himself.
Yeah.
You're
every
teaching him
time.
the value of money. That's excellent.
Capitalism, teaching
Yes.
him the
Yes.
great, teaching him the lust for the great American
You
dollar.
work, they pay.
And you know
That's
what? You're
right.
also teaching him the value of value.
My dad used to take us to Kmart and buy us nothing. That
But
cheap
the
bastard.
value is toys are
Love you,
the
Pop.
greatest example. Let me tell you about. I've become quite a connoisseur of toys and value.
Yeah.
If you, for example, when you go name brand popular cartoon,
Yes.
you're screwed. You're screwed from the minute you go Disney, you go Turtles. You go Paw Patrol,
Dora.
you go Dora. You go any of those
Thomas
Dora.
the
I see a
Train.
lot of Dora. You've been out of the game a little bit.
Yeah.
Paw Patrol would be. I don't think you don't see
What's
the
hot
Dora
these
and the
days
Diego.
in the kids?
What's
1 to
hot right
5?
now? Probably the hottest toy. I think we've had stories about it. Legos are.
Yes.
Legos have an aisle. Legos have an entire
expensive.
aisle right now,
Yeah.
and he loves the large building block Legos, but he hasn't gotten into the minutia of like building a pirate ship with Legos.
Yeah.
And I'm not encouraging.
Well, you
that.
see, that's where Lego has taken it to the next level, where they sell you a kit that only builds one thing.
Yeah, and that's
because when
but
we were
those-
kids, you used Legos
for everything.
and then you disassembled and rebuild. Yeah,
That's for the AFOLs in the world, though. And I think a cup of coffee, I was an AFOL, an adult fan of Lego, where I bought a complicated set and I thought I was going to build
Thank
it.
you for defining
Right.
it before I had to ask.
And sitting in a box. If I'm not mistaken, it is the the Batmobile. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's the Batmobile.
I think
The
it was
tumbler. The tumbler.
$49.99 was the Lego Mar-a-Lago set, which was pretty exclusive. And,
Mike, you had
little-
to special order the Secret Service Lego guys.
That's right.
Well, they have you can build the little Secret Service van, and it does come with palm trees. But that's
Did you get the add-on?
There we are.
Did you get the add-on? Little tiny but marvelous piece of chocolate cake.
Little chocolate cake, most beautiful chocolate cake you've ever
It's
seen.
only 3 blocks to assemble.
How much are Legos now for kids? The little blocks?
I bought the last year. I got the Yellow Submarine collector's set,
Yes.
the Beatles one. I think it was $30, and that's just. A
And what
box
kid
of
did you buy
plastic.
that for? What kid did you buy that for?
A 46-year-old little boy named Robbie.
You bought the Lego submarine,
Yeah, because it goes on my Beatles shelf.
but you're not building it,
No,
right?
never.
and how
build
much?
it.
How much did you pay for it?
I think like $30
$30.
through Amazon.
Yeah. Why not?
Jesus.
Collector's item.
Yeah,
You
you can come
spent
over to
money
my
on
house
that?
and play, Mike.
You
I have
don't
lots
play. You
of
leave.
toys.
You can't touch your toys.
No, you
Nobody
can't.
can
You
touch
just
your
look
toys.
Well,
at
I
them.
looked at the box,
You looked at the box,
but
I
all the
just,
blocks are still in their hermetically sealed bags. Yeah.
Rob Spiewak, you will be very, very excited that I did make an expensive purchase that we saved up for.
What's that?
Well, we've decided now that once every couple of months we will spend money on a show, something to go to. It can be
Oh, good.
a hockey
That's
game. It can
sweet.
be something.
That's
We can go to a
nice.
baseball game. We
An
can do-
outing.
We are going to see Rogers and Hammerstein down here in West South Florida, and we are going to see, sort of as an homage to my dear mama,
Yes?
The King and I.
Oh,
We're
it's a
going
good
to The
one.
King and I.
I'm so lost in this world. I've heard the name, but what do they do?
This
Rob, can you
Rogers
look
and-
up? Can we get any King
Of
and I,
course,
or
yeah.
should
Yes.
I do it? I can do it. I
The
can
King and
find
I is based on an older movie called Anna and the King of Siam.
Okay.
About a lady who is brought in to, I believe, teach English to the children of the King of Siam.
Oh, nice.
But there's, of course, a romance. A
it. You
romance
don't bother
happens.
looking. Don't you bother your pretty little head looking for it.
Oh,
I'll
thank
get
you,
it for
sweetie.
I'll get that
You're
for you
a
right now.
100% doll face, and I
Rob,
appreciate
can you explain the story a little bit more to Oscar as far
Yeah.
as what the
And
King
the
of-
When was this set?
This was set in probably the 1920s.
Ah.
And the ultimate, when you think of a role, there's usually one person who is identified with it
Like Clark Gable.
as Rhett Butler.
Yes.
Exactly. And so the guy who was always forever associated with the King and I was Yul Brynner as the King of Siam. And he was
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator.
Yes, or as a
Or the
kindergarten
Predator.
cop.
Yeah, or the kindergarten cop.
And
it's really, to be honest with you, it makes me think of my dear sweet mama.
That's sweet.
And so that she was a huge Rodgers and Hammerstein fan, and so this is really supposed to be a decent. They call it the Lincoln Center production, which is
Nice.
I don't think it's a slouch production when they bring that on the road.
it comes back
so-
to Broadway on a fairly regular basis because it is a fan favorite. Any names in it that you recognize?
No, I don't think. Listen, I'm so old. I just remember the movie. So
Because
and
if it's
movie
the
was
Broadway, if it's the
Yul
Broadway,
Brynner and Maureen O'Hara were the movie.
I
right?
believe that's right. If it's the Broadway one, that was just the King is played by Louis Anderson.
It should be fun. So it should be a
That sounds
a
like that's a
wonderful
little
evening
culture, Mike.
of the theater.
I sometimes look at what's happening in the arts here in D.C., Mike. We have all those wonderful shows coming through the Kennedy Center. And then I look at Shannon, then I look at the commercial that's on selling tickets, and I look at Shannon and I look at we're not ready for that yet.
Carla's
We're
not.
just not ready.
Carla has
is,
any inkling of what she's in for?
This is like the experience with the Masters. I have to get her to the venue.
Right.
I have to get her to the event. And of course, when I get to the event, I'll be sitting there just the whole time, just blubbering, because
Of
this will
course.
just be bringing my little Broadway Queenie memories back as far as these great shows. I'll bring it up. Here's
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll be looking forward
I
to it.
hope it's great. You
and
know, a lot of
Carla
times
doesn't care.
I still want to see Cats.
See,
haven't
there's
seen it
where
yet?
No,
there's
I've never seen it, ever.
Oh.
That's where my Broadway queeniness goes out the window. There's not anything that Andrew Lloyd Webber brought to Broadway that I'm a fan of. I hate to say, I know people are going now. The Broadway queens are going, no.
Well, we're
But
old
no.
school Broadway.
I like old school stuff. I like the
Before
revivals.
they moved
I like
it.
all
To
You
that.
the
see,
new
Mike,
block.
Starlight Express is a musical about a train that people wear roller skates. And you know what I said? Include me out. No, thank
Yeah.
you.
That or
and
the
Cats-
Lion King production that always looks like fun on TV.
Now, I would
you
go
know-
see that. I would
Yeah,
think that would
right?
be fun.
The
yeah.
Lion King I went to on Broadway. I took my
You
daughters
did?
to. I took
How'd
my
you
daughters
like
to the
it?
Lion King. It was fabulous. It was good.
Nice.
It was, and that was back in the days where Daddy always got the E ticket. I was always, let's get down. I was. I don't want to tell you I was front row center, but I was chatting with the orchestra leader before the show.
Whoa.
Could you
There
smell,
you go.
smell the lion's breath, Mike?
But the thing about a Broadway show, and you learn this if you're a theater geek, and I'm not, that when you're a little further back, there are seats that are much better to see the entire
Yes.
scope of the production. But I'm very, very thrilled.
Pony and
about
Mac's
that.
favorite is Miss Saigon.
Yes,
Saigon.
oh, by the way, we will have a movie review. Were you just doing George Carlin?
Yeah, Wino News.
Yes. Phnom Penh. That's it for Wino News. Details on the half hour. Oh my God!
I love when Pony
that's all
does. Pony is quite a cunning mimic.
Saigon.
Pony, I didn't even know you were a connoisseur of that.
Oh,
I really had no
absolutely.
idea. Really?
One of my
That's awesome.
favorite tapes you guys play.
Oh, thank you.
Or we
That's very
play.
kind of you.
Disc jockey. When I was 19, I was lucky.
You are fleet.
Found a job when I should have been still learning about it. And it inspired wonderful wino and Willie West, a character of mine. Radio stations, of course, changed personnel rather rapidly. Willie
no
West
thank-
is no longer at Wonderful Wino. He's been replaced by Scott Lame. Hi, gang! Scott Lame here. The boss jock with the boss sounds from the boss list of
He
the
invented
boss
this
30
bit.
that my boss told me to play. Right here on the nifty 850.
You ever hear the whole bit, Oscar?
No. That was the
Wonderful
first time.
Wino Radio. Wonderful Wino. The big sound in the big town. Wino time.
I'll
bing
stop the
bong,
show
5
for
minutes
Carlin.
past the big hour of 5 o'clock. Hey, we'll get started with one of the big sounds this week. Number 5. Last week was number 9. Number 9. Moved up 4 spaces. 4 spaces. Here it is, one of the new supergroups, Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, Merrill Lynch, Pierce, Sacco, and Vanzetti. And the ever-present footprints cross the shadows on the carpets of the hallways of the memories of your mind. Okay, kids, one of the big sounds and a great story behind that one. And you heard it first right here on Wonderful Wino. Wonderful Wino. Wino time. Bing bong. 5 minutes past the big hour of 5 o'clock. Moving along with 2 in a row. A big double play. Back-to-back sounds for you on the Scott Lame get-together on a wonderful Wednesday. Here's a tune that's really moving fast. When I say fast, it was recorded at 9 o'clock this morning. At 12 noon, it was number 15. At 3 o'clock was the number 1 sound in town. And now it's a golden oldie. Solid gold to make you feel old. Solid gold to make you feel old. A golden flashback from the summer of '69, before you were born. Remember, kids? Here they are, the Red, White, and Blue Electric Outdoor Protestant Blues Band. Jenny.
I'll let this run. This is worth it.
Do, do, do. Wee-oo, 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 wee-oo. Bumbled, bumbled, diddle, 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 bumbled, bumbled, diddle, diddle, blip, 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 dip, 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 dip. Jenny. Okay. Okay, it's always good to get into some super gold. Super gold! Okay, we'll take about 5 minutes out here for the latest news from around the world from the award-winning Wino Newsroom, and then back with more of the big
Here you
sounds
go,
for you
Pony.
here on the Scott Lane Get-Together for a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Wino time, ping-pong, 5 minutes past the big hour of 5 o'clock. As soon as we come back, we'll be listening on medical records. Won't You Take My Heart by the donors? And My Body is Rejecting Your Heart by the recipients. But first, Wino News. Wino News. From around the world, across the nation, and up your street, here it is. Wino News with Wino Newsman Bill Beeper. Saigon. Phnom Penh. Bangkok. That's it from Wino News. Details on the half hour.
There it is. All right. That's it.
So
That's
Well
it.
done.
I figured a little
Lane.
chunk. That's FM and AM. That album came from. That was his second album, or was it his first album?
I think it
forget.
was his second, because wasn't that the album that the FM side was more heady, trippy, druggy stuff, and the AM side was more old school Carlin. Great album.
Wow, I had no idea about that, but that was
Fun.
just that's one guy.
First
up
time
on
I've ever
stage.
heard that.
You never heard the whole
Never,
routine?
this is the first time I've ever heard
And
the
it's
entire
recorded
routine.
live in a comedy club. That's
Very
that's
cool.
just a great quality recording.
And as funny as that is, it is so close to the way radio was in like 1969. It is really a great time capsule capture of all that stuff. I love
and what
it.
gratifies me, Rob Spiewak, is it's the exact way our podcast is today.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Staying in a hotel this time. They put me up in a little bit of a hole. Yeah. Just this side of rinky dink. First 7 floors are homeless shelter, but I'm on 8. Everything's all right.
That would be where I would do an audible and play like a quick musical clip, to be honest with you. But you understand, because then it would be 2 comedy routines back to back. You see, that's where I would not have it pre-planned. I would actually have it fleet of foot to go with another one. But that's the way I run the show. That's okay. That just would be, to
Well,
have
that
a
would be the
pre-planned comedy bit.
This
you know,
first
that's
time
just-
we've ever done that in 2,000
I understand.
shows. So,
I
mean,
know, I understand that, and that's why always be thinking.
All right.
Live from the Pfeiffer Studios in Washington, D.C., the Mike O'Mara Show is on the air, but play it tomorrow, please. The Mike O'Mara Show is a national podcast and radio show with an incredibly loyal following around the world. TMOS listeners get it, and if you're here, so do you. You can reach us at 888-920-MORE. That's 888-920-6673 or MikeO'MaraShow.com. Online, on air, on now. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by the product that was gliding across my chin not 2 hours ago. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking to you about Harry's Razors. The following story is true. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The following story is true. For decades, one big razor company has relentlessly increased prices and reaped immense profits at the expense of its customers. Boo.
Boo!
Boo! Boo!
So Jeff and Andy, two ordinary guys who were fed up with getting ripped off, started Harry's. They wanted to fix shaving, and they've done it successfully. That's why this week, arriving at the O'Mara front door, will be 2 canisters of their fabulous shave gel, along with an assorted number of razor blades that will make my shave perfect every single day.
Best shave gel in the world. It is absolutely the best.
And I bought some face wash as well. They're incredible, minty, menthol-y face gel that I love so bad. They take less profit at Harry's. They sell directly to you over the internet. Harry's offers their blades at half the price, $2 per blade, compared to the $4 or more you'll pay at the drugstore. Plus, the shave will be the best you've ever had. Your free trial set, and they're offering that right now. They are offering you a free trial set for free. Just cover the $3 shipping. That trial set includes a weighted ergonomic razor handle, a 5 precision-engineered blade cartridge with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and a travel blade cover. Stop messing around and get started shaving with Harry's today by claiming your free trial offer, a $13 value for free. Just cover shipping to get your free trial set, including a razor handle and 5-blade cartridge and shave gel. Go to harrys.com/TMOS right now. That's harrys.com/TMOS. Yeah, so it's just
Harry's.
right after a stand-up bit to do a stand-up bit, you should have a default.
Back to back.
You pre-produce the openings every day, correct?
I do, because I want them to be tight and bright and out of sight.
You can run a tight board.
I can.
Yeah, we just had to separate, I guess.
Why are you holding, Oscar? Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing.
No, not you.
Oh.
He said you almost didn't get tight board out without laughing.
Me?
Yeah. Just.
Oh, no.
History will show.
You run a tight board. You're a DJ, but you do pre-produced DJ work.
Not always. I've pre-produced the Open every day since we've started on terrestrial.
No, we can never be flexible with the Open. We can, because you have it in what you have 1, 2, 3 things that are basically edited together in one block. So you can't switch out the music at the last second or do that. I didn't even know I was going to talk about George Carlin at all until Pony said what he said. And then, bing, bang, boom, I'm off to the intranet to grab this and play it. And then, and I did the same thing with The King and I didn't know I was going to play a clip from The King and I.
I will keep a backup ready to go. But, it's
what was the stand-up you were playing today?
It was David Spade.
That's like you get done watching a video of the Patriots, and then you play another video right after of some minor league team.
I'm with you. I wouldn't have said, given heads up.
That's like TMOS to Americast.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's fair.
That's more than fair.
That's not. He's not going to like that. Anyway, welcome to the show. How was everybody's Easter?
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter Monday. Easter egg roll Monday.
Weird for me, because this was the first time we didn't do anything with the kids. No baskets, no candy, no nothing. And
did you have any celebration whatsoever?
Yeah, what about God? Did you involve him?
No.
You didn't go worship the Lord our Savior?
No,
who has risen?
We are on a hot streak of many consecutive Easter without darkening the door of a church.
So would you consider yourself a non-religious person now?
I'm a man of faith.
But I mean, you're not religious.
No.
You don't go to church.
No.
You don't attend a regular church.
No, haven't for a long time.
What about Christmas?
Christmas is a great holiday that we celebrate all the fun parts of it.
We are at a moment of crossroads with faith in the O'Mara household.
In what way?
Well, we did not go to Easter services. We have not been to our church down here in a long time.
Breaking news.
Yeah, it's
Mike, I thought you were born again 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
remember Pony?
You go to a few services and you're just getting the music and the secondary person in there that sort of takes over. I love our pastor. I love our pastor James. He's a great guy,
pastor?
but then it was just it's not a vacation. He's there, but he lets this other person take over. Yeah,
something that happened in our family is we were a church-going family for some time. We went to church before we got married, and we went to church before the kids were baptized. And after we got that business out of the way, it didn't seem as important to go to church anymore.
Well, I would go, but here's an example. At one of the things last year, I signed up to be like a reader, to do some of the readings up there.
That is fun.
And I never got around to it. And they, of course, because it is organized and people have to do things in an organization, they have a class that you have to go to a meeting before you get to do you have to be sort of signed off before you do the readings. And this person has contacted me now a total of 4 times. Yeah.
That's
the last
nonsense.
time. Okay, well, but they do it, all right? They just do it. They tell you what the ins and outs are of how they like to do it, when you go up, when you don't. They give you the lowdown. That's fine. But I never got around to it. Then I got a letter that said, you never showed up for this class. I'm wondering, are you still interested? I said, I've had this. Well, we're going to offer a class in the fall, and we're going to offer a class this spring. And then I give a very detailed explanation of the fact that I'm having major surgery, and then we are going to go up north, and that my daughter's graduating, and that things have been a little hectic around here. And then I get, you could squeeze in right after the whole thing about the surgery. Then you could squeeze, I said, my surgery is on May 18th. Well, you could squeeze in our thing on April 24th. And I'm like, what? Did you happen to read that? Well, but is that not the way the people that are not in the workplace, that are actually out there doing, it makes me, when you push me, I take 20 steps backwards.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's inevitable. When you get into one of these things, there are people that here's what it is. Mm-hmm. There are people. This goes for homeowners associations, for boards of nonprofits. That
PTAs.
This goes for PTA. There are people who utilize it as the only thing they do outside of getting up and doing their hobbies. There are people that do this, as a sidelight, and they put good work in. But then there are people that don't, and I find myself being put off.
What they need to understand is that while you are a person who wanted to help them out, volunteer, be a part of the process, and you appreciate the church and the pastor, reading that text on the altar is not your number one priority.
Man, listen to that siren. I can hear that.
They're coming for the sinners.
Yeah. It's not the number one priority in your life.
Would we be able to, if we sealed those windows, would that come through the brick?
Yes.
Okay. That answers that question. Yeah. All right.
But it's not your number one priority in life, and it is their number one.
Soundproofing the studio?
No. Reading text on the altar. But it is their number one priority.
Look, it is. I'm all for showing up, and for a lot of people, showing up and doing the Sunday number is great, and I believe that there is a community outreach with this church that is wonderful.
Yeah.
You've been to my church, you've seen it. It's low key. It's not over the top. The thing about it is, though, that people around it, I respect what they do. I just don't like to be made to feel pushed
or guilt
or guilt. Yes. The numero uno guy doesn't do it. The numero uno guy.
No, he's not that heavy.
How have you been? But it's the little committee heads
it's
and
like,
stuff.
It's like the pony of our world.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, Pony's always like, did you do this?
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
No, Pony's drunk somewhere.
Read?
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I bet it's,
never been pushed by Pony in my entire life.
I bet it's by design. He allows himself, and I'm not saying he's doing it in any sort of evil or vindictive way.
Why don't you tell the boss, Mike?
Yeah, but the boss allows himself to look like the good guy.
Why doesn't he say, "Hey, look, I don't
because
like
he's
to
got
be
minions to do it.
That would be manipulative.
I don't have any cred. I don't have church cred to tell the boss. You got to show up to tell the boss.
What about the big boss, God?
Pray.
Two reasons we don't go. Number one reason, music. It's basically
bad music. Bad music, bad church.
Like that. And it's an enormous amount of the time that we're in there is this plodding, just laboring music that is not well done, and it's gotten to a point where I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm trying to remember, what is the accompaniment? Is it an organ? Is it a piano? Is it a guitar?
It's a piano. There's some strings.
So you're saying if the quality, the quality of the musician was higher, you would actually go.
If it moved a little crisply and it did not plod along
these volunteers
continuously,
church,
and also guys. And the messages are good. It's an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, and where it ought to be 45.
Latin Mass 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Did you do that yesterday?
I went to sunrise service at the Lincoln Memorial, Mike, with Shannon.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh my God! Did you make me look bad? Oh my God!
No, Mike. He's just being a tourist.
Yeah, I'm just being a douche as well because we want to go to the Lincoln Memorial.
Down there?
We rode our bikes up there.
Of course you did.
Because it was beautiful and it was nice. And
what time did you get up in the morning?
5:30.
And you rode your bike
That's the time I got home from the
service?
stage.
Got dressed. nice, and then we both dressed like adults, and she has a nice little cruiser bike, and we rode up there. And
did you put like your Sunday go to meeting clothes on a bike?
Yeah, I had a sports coat and a dress shirt, no tie.
Well, you see, that'd be over the top.
And jeans and hard shoes
beautiful. Just you and your lady?
Just me and Shannon, yeah.
Doesn't he win the Easter award?
Yeah, and then I came
schlubs.
Well, you know what? He comes in second next to, of course, our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, God.
Yeah. But a strong second. Silver medal.
Oscar posted a really nice picture at the at one of the memorials, and I thought that was terrific.
Who spoke
that sounds
there?
like
a priest, and
it's a non-denominational
Well, the reason why I knew is because I had taken my bike around the monuments the day before, and they had a big sign that said Easter service starts at sunrise, and I said, oh, well, tomorrow all I have is work in the morning, right? So I can't go to my mom's church. So I said, Shannon, do you want to wake up early and go to the sunrise service at the Lincoln Memorial? She said, that would be nice, as Mike said. And I said, we got to dress up. We can't look like we're just working out, running around and stopping by to see God. And she said, okay.
Stopping by to see God.
The service,
and that means that the three of us won't be hit by lightning.
Yes, the service was beautiful.
Some of it is transitive, yes. We get
and they had music, Mike, and I was thinking an hour long, maybe a little longer, and then we packed up, rode home, and I ran the board for the ESPN show at 8 a.m. And that was it. That was my morning.
And did you see Mama at all? On
yesterday we went to my mom's house for Easter barbecue, and as you know, Mike, you know how that works. My mom makes the best barbecue around, and she marinates it for days. It feels like, and we hung out with the family that way.
Oh, nice. That's like you win the Easter award.
Yeah,
that
he
was
really
awesome.
does. He
does.
But
I'm also Latin and full of guilt, and whether it's God or my mom, they got to be involved in a holiday like this.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when you put your head on the pillow at night, you feel pretty good.
I slept very well. You're absolutely right.
Good
very
job.
well.
Right. Very nice.
Very well.
I think that's wonderful. I actually. Before we go to break, and I know we have to go to break. Actually, I'll find it during the break.
Okay.
And when we come back, I brought my son into the recording studio yesterday.
I can't wait.
Oh, cool.
I had a little Easter interview that I sent along to the family, and I'll share it with you when we come back on the Mike O'Barry Show. Wonderful wino. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. While you enjoy it, is this Steve Miller?
It is.
Take it away, Steve.
I'm Maddie, and this is my internship. I experience it twice a week with the Mike O'Mara Show. When we record the bonus show on Thursdays, a lot of his content spills into the next week. This probably leaves a lot of non-P1 listeners with some burning questions, like what are the best tricks for getting rid of a hangover? And what exactly makes something family gourmet? Does dunking pizza in milk really make it better? And what exactly makes Ashley and me so much better than the male interns? Although that last one you probably could have figured out from listening to the regular show. If you want to know the answers to these questions, there's only one place to go. Subscribe to the bonus show to find out all these things and more, and to avoid being a rube.
She's the best.
Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. Today's program is brought to you by Vistaprint. Vistaprint is all about supporting small business owners, and they are the place to go for any custom products for the home or office. Whatever you need, postcards, banners, flyers, apparel, Vistaprint can make it happen. But this one Vistaprint deal remains unbeatable right now. 500 business cards for just $9.99 when you enter promo code TMOS at checkout. That's 500 cards for under $10. And we really appreciate you sending your business cards to Rob at Box 32101, Washington, D.C., 20007. Rob's got another business card from Vistaprint sent in by one of our listeners. Take it away, Robbie.
As you know, we see a lot of cards, and you'd think you'd see the same things over and over again, but everyone is different, and this is maybe the most eye-catching card I've ever seen. Look at the red and the yellow on it. It really grabs you, and it's a two-sided card. On the back, it has an appointment schedule, so if you make an appointment with this guy, you can write the time and the day. This is Retro Fitness of North Wales, Pennsylvania. Fitness manager Rob Morey designed this card from scratch, and it's a winner.
Nice.
Vistaprint, baby. Remember to use the code TMOS at Vistaprint.com, and you'll get 500 business cards for $9.99. That's up to a 50% savings. Just visit Vistaprint.com, create your custom card, and use promo code TMOS at checkout. The quality is great. They are easy to customize, and you can't beat the deal. 500 100 business cards for just $9.99. Remember, go to Vistaprint.com, use TMOS, and order yours today. And don't forget to send Rob your business cards at business card, or you don't have to put anything in it. Just say it's business card.
Yeah.
P.O. Box 32101, Washington, D.C., 20007. And we thank you. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Yeah, I mean, I was just knocking around yesterday. We got this death grip that Carla
Did you have
still
a basket
has.
for little Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a basket.
Were eggs hidden in the house?
Do you want to hear the tape first, and then I'll tell you the story, or vice versa?
I'd love for you to set up and paint the picture for what O'Mara Easter
it's a good
is.
story, and God, this is one of those shows where, my God, why don't you guys fly down here in the morning, join me, because then you could prep the show properly, because this is actually quite a story. I'm going to go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go to the tape, which we made yesterday afternoon. Then I will tell you the story of his Easter Sunday, and then I will tell you the story of Friday when we took him to see the Easter Bunny at the park where they have the challenged individuals
Memento.
riding the little toy train
Easter.
around the park. But first, this is Michael in the studio with me, and this is about 1 or 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, and he was on there. We're here with Michael William on Easter Sunday. Good morning, Michael.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're done testing. We don't need to test anymore. How was your Easter?
Good.
Who came to the house last night?
The Easter Bunny.
And what did he bring you?
A sword.
What else?
Candy.
What else?
A pirate jacket.
What else?
And bug catcher stuff.
Did you catch any bugs with the bug catcher stuff?
Yeah.
And today's date is April 16th, 2017. It's Michael and Daddy. And what else happened? Did anybody take a picture of the Easter Bunny at night?
Daddy.
Was it a cute-looking bunny?
No, Daddy.
What was it?
The Daddy.
Yeah. I remember I took a picture of it. It was a real bunny, right? Gotta say yes or no.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Maple.
And can you say Happy Easter to everybody?
Happy Easter.
Anything else you want to say on the tape?
What's a free-humped camel?
What's a 3-hump camel?
Yeah.
What is a 3-hump camel?
It's a camel that has 3 humps.
Okay, can you say I love you?
I love you.
Bye-bye.
And see you later.
Mike, that is awesome.
There he is.
Mike, let me
There he
offer
is.
you
Thank you,
this.
Scarlett.
Of all the video and stuff I have of the kids, the stuff I treasure the most is the audio stuff somehow.
I think you and I have discussed that, and so that's why I was thinking
please,
yesterday.
Please
I
keep
want
doing that. Even if you don't share it with us, just do
I
it.
like
It's
that.
great.
I love having that.
That's so cool.
3-hump camel.
Saturday night before, after I think it was after he went to sleep, Carla did a fantastic job, speaking of the dollar store, grabbing all the little crap that you put in his basket. And the thing is that he had seen the Easter Bunny. We'll get back to that on Friday, the so-called Easter Bunny. And he decided that he knew immediately, because he's a smart little guy, that this is not a real Easter Bunny. She said, that's somebody in a suit. I can see their neck. And so he
it's
like
a different
tracks with that.
experience than doing Santa.
Yeah,
it's very
last year,
different.
He went from being an infant, where we got this picture of him grinning with the Easter Bunny, to being afraid of the Easter Bunny last year, to now it's not real, Dad. But he's still, go ahead.
Yeah, it's probably tough, and I would think as a father as well, and I see sometimes with my niece and nephew where they just can't suspend, like, the reality that they have in front of them, right? Yeah,
right.
And for example, when my younger niece is at Disney World, my nephew, who's 11, is still a little boy. Like, he's excited. He's like, Goofy, Goofy. And she, who's 6, is like, Luca, that's just a man in a suit.
Right.
Right? And I just want to do the hook from the Showtime at the Apollo and pull her off the sea. Yeah, I'm like, he's just trying to be in the moment.
Bring the Sandman out to sweep her off stage.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
This is an interesting disconnect, though, because it's not like he saw the person in the suit and then threw out the whole concept of the Easter Bunny. Here's the way it works. He said that he could not, that was somebody, that's not a real bunny. That's not a real bunny.
He wants a Cadbury bunny.
He wants a real bunny to be the Easter bunny. And so
I've always wondered, and I never discussed this with my kids, if they thought the real Easter bunny was like a regular sized rabbit. Was it like a big rabbit like you might see in a zoo, or is it like a 6 foot tall walking rabbit?
As a kid, the 6 foot tall walking rabbit for myself.
That's what I had in my mind.
No, that was terrifying.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but if I saw we used to have bunnies in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
When I saw the bunny before Easter, I'd say, "Oh, he's getting ready for Easter."
But you have to admit, I think
kid.
it's easier for a kid to wrap their head around the Santa Claus thing because he's a man, right? Granted, he breaks the speed of sound for 24 hours a day, 1 day a year, but it is an easier concept to grab than a huge bunny.
I have Mike's picture of the Easter bunny he showed to his son.
Okay.
By the way, Mike,
yes, go ahead.
you picked the most terrifying picture of a bunny.
Here's the way it works. This is Sunday night.
No!
Wait, it looks
Hold
like
on.
Winston.
Yeah,
Hold on. Sunday night we are told. Saturday night, Carlos says he wants Daddy to take a picture of the Easter bunny, but it's got to be a real bunny. So I say, okay, I can generate that for you. I'll go online and see nighttime bunny, picture of bunny night, and you can find anything on the internet. And so I got that, and then I took a screenshot of it for my phone so that when he woke up in the morning, I said, I hid the basket in my office. He finds the basket. He said, by the way, I got a picture. I think I got a picture of the Easter bunny, and it's the first thing I showed him, and he was completely satisfied. So it wasn't that he was throwing out belief in the Easter bunny. He just didn't like those kids. And by the way, this gets back to the original subject of the Easter bunny, which these suits, Santa suits are Santa suits. You see good,
right.
You see bad. But the Easter bunny suits they vary in quality dramatically, and most of them
odor.
are just a big bag of rags. They are just overused, not updated, and you've seen they actually had a meme out on the internet a couple of years ago that they do every year, the terrifying Easter bunny costumes that are just horrible. And it's very difficult to have any kind of credibility when your big Easter eye and your fake head that you're wearing is peeling off of the felt, so that that
these
the
are
corner of the eye.
A lot of these are Nixon era Easter bunnies. And
right.
also, I question the fact that the Easter bunny seems to always be wearing a purple vest. Is that really appropriate bunny
the one
attire?
that we saw. Well, you know what? Let's take a break here so we maintain our timing here, and then I will tell you about our Friday trip to the Florida park, where the event was going to be the same event they do at Christmas and Halloween. The little toy train that actually you can ride on.
Nice.
It's not like a full-size train. It's a toy train run by a retiree and another fella. And hold on.
Is it a work release program?
It's it could be, but we'll tell you the story of the. It's all about parenting, isn't it?
It's
all about parenting.
It really is.
And, that's a cute Easter. Now that's a cute Easter bunny.
Yeah,
in
he's got
prison
pajamas on.
That's better.
Yeah. Not you
kind of
want.
looks like that kind of looks like Auschwitz Easter bunny, right?
No,
there.
oh my God! The bunny you sent over looked like the bunny from
pajamas,
Saw.
What they wore. We will take a break.
The bunny in the pajamas
with more fun on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi, Sanjeev. What are you doing? I'm calling the Mike O'Mara Show. It is Wide Open Wednesday. Oh, but what are you going to ask? Shut up, Raj. I'm on the line.
Hello, caller. You're on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hello, Mr. Mike. My name is Sanjeev. I'm calling from Mumbai. I want to know, if you could only have one snack for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Family gourmet prunes.
Thanks for calling, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
Wide Open Wednesday. Call 1-888-920-6673.
Sounds like he's gotten older.
Open at 9 a.m.
Yes.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Family gourmet stuff, really taking
Mike
charge
Brunner.
here.
Thank you, Mike, for sending that in.
Mike, fantastic. Keep them coming. Stamps.com. This segment of our program brought to you by the good people at Stamps.com. Here's the bottom line. Stamps.com saves you time and money, which you can use to grow your business. Stamps.com lets you mail anything. Just use your computer and printer, and then your mailman picks it up. Avoid the hassle of the post office. Mail everything from postcards to envelopes to packages, domestic or international. Create your Stamps account in minutes online with no equipment to lease and no long-term commitments. Click, print, mail, and you're done. Convenient, Easy, reliable, flexible. That's Stamps.com. They even send you a digital scale that automatically calculates exact postage. We have used Stamps.com forever, and we will continue to use it because it's easy, convenient, and saves us money and time. Right now, you too can enjoy the Stamp service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. Go to Stamps.com, and before you do anything else, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in TMOS. That's Stamps.com and enter TMOS. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again, and we want to thank them for their long-term commitment to the Mike O'Mara Show. You support Stamps.com, you support TMOS. That's the way that works. So Friday was the day right after the show. You know, we had a great couple of shows on Friday, if we do say so ourselves.
Yes.
We were probably all feeling pretty good after we headed out. And that afternoon, I was planning on joining Mrs. O'Mara and the little guy for a trip to the local park down here where they have a train. I want to describe the train accurately because it really didn't.
Like a Silver Spoons train.
It wasn't what I expected.
That is so not in Mike's wheelhouse, but I think that's what it is. Yeah. It's maybe like you sit on it instead of in it, maybe.
It's a train that's not a full-size train, but you can sit behind it like the guy that runs
train.
it.
Okay.
It's a gas mini train.
Yeah.
And then attached to the mini train are these little padded seats that have a little narrow part in front of them where you can put the kids.
Okay.
And like the mom or the dad can sit back on the padded seat. And we head out there, and as soon as we get to the park, it's a beautiful, blustery Florida day, about 80 degrees, absolutely perfect. Breezy, kind of day that I love down here. We had a weekend of fabulous weather down here. And we go to this little park, and I see I've never been to this park like Carla has. She's been multiple times. And you see the little kiosk, and then you see the line. And there's a line. And you know what? Down here in West South Florida, I don't deal with these lines very well, and I don't see them very often, but there was a line, and it's for the little kid. There's no problem. And there are probably,
I saw a picture of this line.
70 people waiting to get on this
70!
This train. Now, they have 2 trains, and the trains take probably about 20 families, probably 25, 30 people on each train ride that they have. So, it'll be there. You have to buy a little $10 ticket. The little guy, the crumb cruncher, is free. There's no problem. And my kid is a little bit...
The next stop, Easter Bunny Wonderland. So time to have some... That's the orange line going to Easterland. Easter Bunny. Go by the same houses you see at Christmas and Halloween. Easter Bunny shows his neck.
So anyway,
Easter Bunny shows
his
neck.
neck.
So there's an old retiree, really old man that's running the first train.
Right.
And then there's a guy that I think maybe has some issues that's running the second train. That's a grown man, but he seems to be a little,
What type of issues, Mike?
I don't want to go.
That's a broad brush.
That's not cool. So he said, but it's fine. And then there's a lady that's like, there are 2 ladies that are wranglers that wrangle the.
They're the handlers, Mike.
Were you doing a Warren? Are you doing Warren? Are you doing Warren like pantomime pony?
No,
are you doing Warren pantomime?
Oscar and I are trying to
we're trying to figure out what type. We like, Mike. We like.
You're doing Warren pantomime. Don't do Warren pantomime.
Within a story, we like to, especially when ailments come up, we like to visualize the ailment.
But Pony got me with the 6-shooters. Thank you.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the Easter Bunny comes out.
Cunning mimic. I said it before.
When you're the last group trying to get on the train, the Easter Bunny's handing out lollipops, which is terrific, right?
Yes,
it's great
because that's a nice capper.
Yeah, it would be the equivalent if this had been the Christmas train. It would have been a candy cane, but because it's not Halloween, because it's Easter. It's lollipop. It's lollipops.
It's disc
Whatever.
skipped.
So the thing about it is the line stretches around the little railing that they have, the little iron fence, and we're waiting for because this is the depot where they have all these type of things. And then there's like a warehouse that's next door with these big metal doors that apparently those are the metal doors that they use for storing probably the train when it's not in use. It's right next to where the depot is. And the first thing I noticed, we're standing there are 3 or 4 children that are loose. That there doesn't seem to be apparently any
no
parental supervision, and they are up against the metal big iron doors that they have, and they're doing this, and I'm like, I said it might be a really good idea, Carla, if there was some parental supervision and I'm like, what's going on? And meanwhile, there are 3 or 4 or maybe 5 parents that are just like I am that are saying, okay, this was, and they're wrestling this door. And there
out,
she
Easter
is.
Bunny.
She's very noticeable because she's tall and she's thin and she's wearing the little tennis dress and she's got the perfect tan.
Oh, really?
And she's from a land far away. And she and I
Like
and Carla
Montana?
elbows me. She elbows me when I make my first under the breath comment, which apparently is a little loud enough for people to hear. I said, "Well, she obviously spends more time working on her ass than her parenting skills." And so I at this point, and Carla goes, "They can hear you. They can," and the kids are running loose, and it goes on and on and on. And finally, I said, enough of this crap. I'm going to be here for 40 minutes waiting in this line. I walk over and say, excuse me. No, that was the second thing I finally got fed up. She goes over. Wait, I got it wrong. It's when they stuck their hands in the water fountain that's when I got involved.
Oh, dear.
The first thing is she's banging on it, and all the parents are looking around going, okay, what's the deal? Meanwhile, my little guy is tired, but he's good tired. He's tired where he's just like a little bit of the, but he knows he's going to be on the train, and he's just not into
Sometimes
this. These
when kids
are
get
running
tired,
wild.
they get lovey. Was he
Yes.
just like being cuddly and
He
nice,
was cuddly,
right?
lovey, tired,
Okay.
and it was great. So she finally comes over and wrangles them, takes them back over to where they're waiting line. They go right back.
Of
They're not
course.
paying any attention, and there are 4 or 5 of them, and then finally she said, we're not going on the train. If you're going to do this, we're not going to go on the train. Jawohl. Yes, okay,
So
Helga.
it was
Thanks for-
Mamacita?
Is it isn't it an au pair, you think, maybe?
She looked like a 40-year-old former tennis player.
Okay. Martina
one of the
Navratilova.
The other one. I'm trying to think.
Steffi
Not
Graf.
Navratilova. No, give me another one. There's one more
Jimmy
that was
Connors.
there. She was in the news recently. She was anyway, but she's thin and she's
Hold on.
what was that?
Mac is- Sharapova.
Sharapova. She looks
nice
like
pull,
Sharapova.
Mac.
Thank you, Mac.
Only an old Sharapova.
Today's a
And
win
so-
for you.
So she takes them over, and then I look over, and there is a 3-tiered water fountain. One for the little bitties, one for the mid-level, and then the adult. And it's a beautiful
Like
little design.
a drinking fountain.
And you hear the
Yes.
screaming, and they begin to scream, and they're screaming because they are putting their hands on top of the water spigot where the water comes out into people's mouths, and they're spraying each other with it. Now, some
Yeah.
of the spray is getting on the kids, and they're screaming, and then I'm realizing, their little dick beaters are on these on this water fountain,
Dick
and
beaters.
the fact
Don't
is,
repeat it!
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were going with
the
that.
thing is, and these, and by the way, that hopefully won't happen for many, many years down the road. The fact is that, you know what? In fact, edit that whole thing out. That was totally inappropriate.
it's coming
Their
out.
little claws. I'm sorry, I used that when I it's the only negative, Pony. It's my only negative for hands. It's my only negative for hands that I use regularly. So I'm sorry about that.
Petri dish.
So
In my life, it's a positive.
their little butt scratching hands
Yes.
are
Yeah.
thank you, are on the water fountain, and they're pawing at it. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, any self-respecting
Boogers.
parent would
Yes.
sit there and go, get
Sticky.
your hands out of the mouthpieces of the water fountain,
Yeah.
you little. And this is when I snap, and I walk over. I said, excuse me, but kids drink out of these fountains, and their hands are all over it, and then so the parents both look at me, and it goes one of 2 ways I've found in these circumstances, because I am not parenting her children. I am walking over to the adults just to say,
parenting them.
could you please help? And it goes 2 ways. Neither one is ever really, oh, I'm so. You never get, oh, I'm so sorry. Thank you for pointing
Right.
that out. No, you either get the duh look where they walk over and they take care of it, or they become indignant. I got the duh look,
Yep.
and they moved them away from the water fountain. Although the oldest brat made his way back over there for one last little touch,
Of course.
because that's the way he rolls, the little skunk. And so they went over like this, and of course meanwhile they're loading up the little Shecky train to go through the park. And I'm beginning to think, that's pretty low for the old hip for Daddy to get down to
Yeah.
that. But I survived it. And guess who gets the front of the line? Guess who gets the very front of the line? Gets to ride on the front of the train.
Oh, it's the best spot. I'm guessing it was Michael?
It's Inga. It's Inga and
Of
the Brat
course.
family. Inga and the Brat family. And
man.
what do they tell you? They give you one instruction on this little toy train that rolls through this murky water where raw sewage has been deposited. They say, don't keep your feet on the running boards. Don't hang your feet off the running boards, and don't shift your weight. And in my particular case, I know, if I twitch a shoulder, this train's derailing. All right. So I'm going to be letter of the law. Carla sits in back of me. I'm in the seat in front of her, and Michael is sitting on my lap with, we're getting ready for our little, and we walk over, and, Ava Braun is up at the front of the train, and she is, talking and chatting, and the kids are doing, you can see that they're just completely out. And I look, and her little wizened angular feet are firmly placed on the ground. Where they're not supposed to be. And at this point, I'm like, well, she's not gonna stop the train from going, because the guy that's running the train has already, begun the journey. And so he starts out. And I'm like, the only thing I'm hoping
Have you seen my smokestack?
Maybe there is some terrible accident that will befall her. And then she finally lifts her feet up, and she's got them out pigeon style
Sticking
that
out.
are just hanging. And I'm just noticing this.
She's used to that position.
And then we take the little train ride out, and it was fine.
How long is the ride? And can you estimate the distance?
It's a 1 mile train ride.
All right.
Like
and it's
5
not
minutes?
open. It's not open year round.
Flu train cold ride is what it was.
It's not open year round.
No,
just
it's
for
not
holidays.
Open year round. No, it's just for the. Well, it does Christmas, and you can see where they put like an egg where the Halloween ghosts are.
All the major holidays.
So they
you
update
put the
the
Halloween
village.
ghost standing around an egg. The Halloween village is the Christmas village, is the Easter village, and then they charge you $10, and it's a volunteer-operated operation, and it was perfectly fine. And we decided we'd go home because everybody was tired, and we wouldn't rent the bicycle built for two.
A tandem bicycle? That's another option there?
Well, a tandem sit-down bicycle. It's one of the sit-down kinds. It's more like a rickshaw. You know what I'm talking about?
I do,
right?
yeah.
So it's got
it's
that
like,
type
I think
of deal.
we called them a Surrey when I was growing up. Yeah.
I see them around the city.
It was
as soon as I
over,
see
and-
one, I think douche.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
Because they've got the windshield.
The regular
God.
tin down. This
Get
is
over
just
yourselves.
this is ride through the park, and it's
Oh,
all
that's
they rent.
sweet. Oh, that's sweet.
And they have the little bicycle.
Not
They have
road
little
bike.
paddle boats that it's a nice little park. But the water seriously looked like something. Looked like somebody put antifreeze in the water.
So it wasn't like
nasty.
a return to Augusta.
No, you were spoiled at Augusta.
Yeah,
it was
First class.
Really was.
It was,
Now you're in coach at the bunny farm.
Yeah, you're living the life of the regular guy.
Regular guy.
At the
Hey,
bunny
Carla,
farm.
come in here for a second. I want to ask you a question about that mother.
Yeah,
This is
Bunny
when
Village.
Carla always gets
Get
back
in
at this
here.
hour from dropping off the kids from school. And
Was he excited to get back to school today? Because spring break is over, right?
Spring
Yeah, he was in a great mood today.
Spring
So
break
how would
forever.
how
Hi,
would you
Carla.
Hi,
Rate,
Carla.
How would you rate the mother on Friday at the
Inga.
train?
She was obnoxious.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, what about her ass?
What about her ass?
She looked good.
Yeah, she looked good. But didn't I say that she spent more time working? If she worked as much on her parenting skills as her ass, things would be better.
Yes, a lot better.
Yeah. And then but we had a pretty good Easter weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Oscar went to a sunrise service.
Good for you, Oscar.
Yeah, good
I'm
for
proud of
me.
you.
Good for me. What did you guys do?
Rob, the Speedwax didn't go to church just like we did.
And that's awesome too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
She's the
Awesome.
best, Mike.
Bye.
Don't lose
She's
her.
Very. She's a keeper. You're a keeper. Thank you.
Our house was not totally devoid of religion, though, Mike.
What?
We did watch the Ten Commandments.
Carla's kicking ass on my diet. I got to tell you something. You know what my nutrition plan is? Carla, what do I eat? That's my nutrition plan. Okay, the Mike O'Mara diet. Carla, what do I eat?
Yeah.
And Carla puts it in front of me. I eat it. I can't eat anything more or less. That's what I eat, and she's kicking ass.
Todd
and taking
lost
names. Yes.
15 pounds in 1 week. 15.4, if I'm not mistaken.
15 pounds in
Yes.
a week?
Well, he was on which is essentially a fast, but a bone broth fast. Have you ever heard of this?
Bone?
Bone
broth.
Bone broth.
Bone.
In the bone.
And he told me he was starting it last week.
What's in the bag, my brotha?
And I saw him on Saturday night.
Yeah.
He lost 15 pounds
And
in a
you
week.
could tell. I was like, whoa.
Wow, I lost
Pretty
8.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear Todd Moore lost 15 pounds? What? It hasn't been. Oh, Carla just came in and went, it hasn't been a week yet.
Oh.
So you can still catch him?
So what? Come here. You can't talk off microphone.
Does Todd even have 15 pounds to lose?
He's tall, so
Yeah.
he can afford some lbs off.
So 15 pounds in a week?
Yes, bone broth diet. Google it.
What?
Bone broth diet.
Bone broth diet.
That doesn't sound healthy.
Well, he looks great. I was like, you look like a 10. How do I get
How's
involved?
Mark doing?
What you can't hear him. Okay, Mike. Give me
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey,
All right,
call me
take
later.
it easy,
Sorry.
you two.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
no smooching on air.
Bone broth. Hey, maybe I need that bone broth diet.
I wonder what the recipe is for bone broth.
Break me off a piece of that bone broth diet. Yeah.
You guys
Hey,
are the
ladies.
worst.
Hey. how
Oh,
you
yes,
doing?
ladies.
Hey, Broomhilda. Police your brats.
Anyway, happy Easter, everybody.
That water fountain isn't squirting water. It's squirting bone broth.
Hey, I got news for you. News you may not need coming up next. And hey, shocker, we've got a Florida kicker with a poem.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Let's get to know our friend at KCJJ, Jim Hunter. Jim is the morning news guy and wacky sidekick on the Captain Steve Platter Patrol morning show. He also is the afternoon DJ on 99 Plus KFMH Pirate Radio. His silky warm voice and pleasant on-air demeanor have made him a radio favorite for years. And ladies, he's single. But best of all, he's a big part of the mighty 1630 KCJJ, the terrestrial flagship broadcast home of the Mike O'Mara Show since 2009. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, KCJJ. You're the best.
1630 KCJJ.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. The time is now. Update the TMOS app on your tablet and smartphone and start living the magic of TMOS Live. I love this new app. We haven't talked a lot about it. TMOS Live changes the way you consume the Mike O'Mara Show. With one click, you can stream the show live as we record it every day. But wait, there's more, and this is the best part. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every time you click TMOS Live, you'll get even more TMOS content. Classic moments from the show's past, every minute of every day at your fingertips. You can listen to us all day long.
Yep.
So now, in addition to the regular show and the bonus show, there's always just a little more at TMOS at your fingertips. More TMOS at your fingertips to thrill and delight you. TMOS Live, always there, always on, 24/7, all the time. Always available on the TMOS app. Update your app today. If you haven't done that, you're missing out.
Can I make that quick distinction? Some people have said, "Yeah, I've listened live on the app," which is cool, right?
Yes.
That's more of a highlight than the actual function of
not
the
what it's really for.
24-hour live stream. The 24-hour live stream allows you to consume essentially 24 hours of programming, and they're not best of episodes. Well, if you want the episode, you listen to the podcast right there from the app.
Yeah, you go.
But if you go to the 24-hour live stream, you get to hear some choice segments.
So great.
24 hours a day, which is continuously updated as far as the catalog is concerned.
The app still has the ability for you to handpick exactly what you want, but you've got a button now where there's no thinking involved, and you just hit the button and you get 24/7 TMOS, and we love it. I think it's working out really, really great. So if you haven't tried the app, or if you put the app off on the shelf and you don't consume the show that way, it's worth a try in the car when you're out working out, wherever you are. Take it with you and give the app a try. We are very proud of it, and it's done a really good job for us so far.
Also, it is the ideal way to get a friend hooked because it's so easy to click once and say, "This is the show I love. You got to check it out," and it's playing right away. It's awesome.
Absolutely. Show somebody how to grab the free app and put it on their phone, and then say, "Click this on your way home," and see what you think. And they'll be better for it. That's the way I look at it.
News.
Remember how Peyton Manning during NFL games would always yell Omaha at the line of scrimmage? He did it constantly. Everybody, it became a really big joke. Everybody was talking about it. Well, he finally explains what it meant, and naturally it has nothing to do with how beautiful Omaha, Nebraska is. He says, quote, "Omaha was just an indicator word. It was a trigger word that meant we'd change the play. There was a low time. There was low time on the clock, and the ball needed to be snapped right now. It's a rhythmic 3-syllable word. Omaha, set, huh. So that's the way Okay, now I get it. It would
It
be
makes
Omaha.
sense. And it's neat to know that they actually had to think of the cadence of the word to make it be an indicator word.
Yeah, but when asked about the state, whether it had, he said, Omaha, you taste so good. Peyton doesn't have any direct connections to Omaha, but his chant made him popular there. He says, quote, I'm a big deal there now. I went there a couple of years ago. I got a key to the city. I've always got Omaha if I need a place to live.
Wow.
I don't think he's hurting for a place to live, Peyton. Way to
No.
go.
I lost
guy.
all
Always
my
like that.
money. That's real sad.
Budweiser money.
He'll never lose at his money, that's for sure. Last week, Carrie Fisher's brother Todd said that Carrie would be in Star Wars 9. Well, he was wrong. On Friday, Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy said Todd must have been confused because Carrie's not in it. Kennedy said, "What? Carrie's work in Part 8 is fantastic, but when she died, they basically had to scrap all their plans for her in Part 9 and start over. I thought they weren't going to have to do that."
I saw the trailer, and you see her in silhouette in the new
Well,
trailer.
they don't pay her unless it's really her.
Oh, okay.
Probably something.
What?
Oh,
9, 8,
Oh,
and 9.
okay, you're taking
Mac,
9.
Mac wants to weigh in. Oh, man. Yes, go ahead, Mac.
I was just saying, Rob was confused. 8 is next.
I see.
9 is the one that it hasn't even started being made yet.
Yeah, moron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so
Rob.
sorry.
Yeah, God,
Come
you're so
on.
confused, Rob. Mac, thank you for straightening his ass out.
Maybe today we could go to an anime movie and get haircuts.
Okay, very good. On a related note, but we didn't even get to Mac. When's the next time you're coming? Mac, can you come in tomorrow?
I cannot actually. I can come in Wednesday though.
Team player.
Wednesday.
Team play Wednesday.
What are you doing tomorrow?
I have an appointment.
With his hand.
Every Tuesday I have the same appointment.
What happened with school?
What do you mean what happened?
When do you go?
I go tomorrow.
Okay, just want to make sure.
All right, so you can come in Wednesday,
I can come
please.
in Wednesday. Yes.
You have to come in Wednesday. We
Sure.
want to have you featured on the show Wednesday because
I will do that.
Rob and Mac have a movie fight, and you have to table your movie fight to Wednesday.
Okay.
Bring a list.
All right, very good.
On a related note, if you haven't seen it by now, the new trailer for Part 8, The Last Jedi, came out Friday, and as of last night, it had more than 24 million views. So you looked at that one, Rob? Is
Yeah,
that the
it
one you
looks
checked
pretty
out?
dynamic. I'm excited about it. Looks
Very
cool.
good. Melissa McCarthy was back on Saturday Night Live
Excited
this
about
weekend
her, too.
as White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer, and as usual, she killed it. Spicy came out in an Easter Bunny costume, which was I just laugh every time I see the makeup they put her in.
Yeah.
That was appropriate. Spicer actually was the Easter Bunny for the White House Easter egg roll during the Bush administration about a decade ago.
You know, your buddy Michael Colburn, Colonel Colburn, has a picture of himself with the Easter Bunny that is Sean Spicer.
Unbelievable.
Pretty neat.
Obviously, the main point of attack was Spicer's flub about Hitler not using chemical weapons and how he called concentration camps Holocaust centers. This guy, it's got to be tough, man. It's got to be tough for him to go home.
It would be
Really.
okay if he was new or an intern and just was an idiot. The guy's
he's
been doing this
been
for a
around.
living.
And he was
been around the
chosen.
block.
Like
He
you
was
could give, a guy,
chosen
you
for
could
the
give a guy a pass for one flub. That's all he does now.
All he's got is the anger. That's what, but
Yep.
it's great. I tell you, I hope he never gets replaced. Melissa said, quote, it would be really great if the nitpickers would try to see the big picture. She's doing Sean Spicer. So
Right.
she said it would be really great if the nitpickers would try to see the big picture and didn't solely focus on every little slur and lie I say. That'd be nice. That's just funny, right? You can't help it.
No.
I mean, it's material that's right there, but funny. It's official. There is no one left on Earth who was alive in the 1800s.
Oh, no.
The
Pour
world's,
some out,
I don't-
Rob.
And by the way, I don't necessarily buy that. I think there are probably other cultures where they're not documented, but who knows?
But they're not documented. We can't certify, Mike.
But Mike, he's
Exactly.
still doing his news podcast, isn't he?
Thank you. Oh my.
What?
Oh dear. That's send letters to Rob
Jeez.
Spiewak. That's Rob
You
Spiewak.
really want to look under the hood. That's what's there.
The world's oldest person, Emma Morano from Verbania, Italy, passed away on Saturday. She was born on November 29th, 1899, and was the last verified living person who was born in the 1800s. The cause of her death hasn't been revealed. Like
Her
you
lifestyle,
need one.
her lifestyle caught up with her, Mike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was 117 damn years old. I think it's safe to say her body finally just broke down. Emma has said she lived such a long life by doing three main things: eating eggs, going to bed early, and being single. I got 2 out of the 3.
Nice.
At least now in my life. The new oldest well, maybe I can go 3 for 3. Carla! Anyway, the new oldest person in the world is a woman named Violet Brown in Jamaica. Yeah, man. She was born on March 10th, 1900, and she is now officially the oldest
Would you
person
want
in
to
the
live
world.
that long?
Yes.
Really?
If I had my mind and I could see the way people grow up and just sit, you just sit in a chair. It really isn't that much of a departure from
If
what
I make
do
it to
right
80, never mind.
Sorry. If you make it to 80, what is
It's
it?
a
You'll
big
be
win.
happy?
Big win.
It's a big win. No, just put me in the corner. Give me my brain. Let me look at people doing things, and put the wheels on when you need to take me to something else.
Shove
And
me
somebody
up.
push
Shove me up.
Yes,
And
push me
dust
up.
you.
Yes, dust me periodically. Don't let me
He's
get
got
it
that
done.
good shine.
Thank you. According to a new study, people are most likely to shop at IKEA when they're 24. And 30% of IKEA's customers are between 24 and 30. So when do you outgrow it? Apparently at age 34.
Yeah.
That is when you start transitioning to places like West Elm, Crate and Barrel, and Williams-Sonoma.
Oh, I'll never get to Williams-Sonoma.
And then in your 40s, you start hitting Restoration Hardware and Pier 1 imports.
Okay.
Makes sense. Eventually, though, you stop focusing on buying furniture and stuff for your home, and you just start going to hardware stores. You're most likely to go to Home Depot when you're 48.
Yeah.
And Lowe's when you're 54.
Lowe's skews older? That's
Yeah.
weird because they're
They didn't put-
identical, huh?
They didn't put Walmart
It's
in
the
here.
blue hairs
at
the blue store.
I do
on.
Lowe's. I do Lowe's much more than I do Home Depot.
Yeah.
I actually
Home
prefer
Depot has a
Lowe's.
different energy. It's like they actually
Yeah.
want you to do something at Home Depot. Lowe's, they are like, you're not going to work that hard. Here's this shelf that requires no screws.
But there's also the Home Depot energy of I work here, but I'm going to not be where you are at any time.
I would say that's in Northern Virginia. Because in Northern Virginia,
my experience with
yes.
the Home Depot is the Home Depot. There are more coffee clatches at the Home Depot than there are at Lowe's. There's more socializing among the
Yes.
employees at Home Depot than there is at Lowe's.
At
know where
Lowe's,
you get-
everybody's working.
Yeah,
I
they
kid
are.
you not.
But if you go to Home Depot, you know where there's always a desk like at the Carpet and Flooring Center, and
Right.
there's like 8 of them there.
Yeah, gathered, chatting.
Yeah. Parquet flooring.
We went to Lowe's and Home Depot for quotes for our floors.
Yeah.
And Home Depot didn't call us back. Lowe's called us back the next day.
Hungry.
Yeah,
They want
And,
the deal.
I'll take Lowe's. At least that's where I go right now.
Mm-hmm.
And now, speaking of, this is not speaking of Lowe's. This is, that's called a flu transition. Now a little something. This is Mike O'Mara limping through the end of the show. A 50-year-old Florida man was arrested after allegedly stuffing 2 16-ounce cans of Miller Lite into his pants at the Publix in the Villages. Duffy Joe Martinez. Oh, Duffy Joe!
Mike, I want you to once again, I know you have the flu, but please repeat
Yes.
the name for me.
Duffy Joe Martinez.
Thank you.
He's from Wildwood. Not
Wild.
familiar with that town. He entered the store at about 6 p.m. Wednesday, went to the beer aisle where he appeared to stuff something down his pants. A store manager followed Martinez, who appeared to have the outline of a beer can on the back of his shirt. When confronted, Martinez pulled out a 16-ounce can of beer he had wedged in the back of his jeans. Then he pulled a second can out from the front of his pants. And when a deputy arrived, Martinez asked, "Am I going to jail? I gave him back." He was arrested on a charge of petite theft, my favorite Florida charge, petite theft. And he was booked at the Sumter County Detention Center. You go into Sumter County, $500 bond, that massive bond for that, and caused me to take pen to paper and write another Florida poem.
I love when
please.
you make verse.
In Florida, it's that time of year when the wingnuts avoid the cashier. As we get our hot weather, stealing things just feels better. And the thing that tastes best is the beer. Thank you very much.
Well done.
There it is, ladies and
Nice
gentlemen.
work.
Happy poetry. We'll take a break. Come back with Rob's little sounds from the Easter holiday weekend right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Everybody.
And the Lord spoke to his people, providing them these 10 commandments. Thou shalt not worship false podcasts. Thou shalt not use the name of Mike in vain. Honor thy father and mother by buying them a TMOS bonus package. Thou shalt not kill Oscar on Facebook. Thou shalt not steal Rob's little sounds. Thou shalt not covet Mike's wife. We pray in the name of Mike O'Mara, Rob Spewak, and Oscar Santana. Download in peace.
Dan, put down the tablets and take out the trash.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
The tablets.
The tablets.
The tablets from the Sermon on the Mount. Anyway,
They're iPads.
welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Amazon. Springtime, fun time, outdoor time, Amazon time. Yes, the seasons are changing, but one thing never changes. You need Amazon.com, and we need you to access Amazon through us. The next time you visit Amazon, do it through our website or our app. We just told you about that. It changes nothing for you, means the world to us, and remember, it costs you nothing at all. Nothing. So, when you're shopping Amazon, please access it via TMOS. Use the app, use the website, or bookmark MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. And as you get ready for spring and summer, check out the amazing home and garden deals on the front page of MikeO'MaraShow.com. TMOS and Amazon will help you beat the heat with stuff that's neat and prices that can't be beat. You know that's sweet. All right, let's open up the audio vault for today. That was awfully soft. I'm going to close it, and I'm going to open it again and turn it up.
Oh, now it's wide open.
Yeah.
Monday,
Catch the
April
breeze.
14, 2017. Easter Monday. Have fun at the roll, kids.
Can you believe, Mike, it has been 7 days since you returned from the Masters tournament in Augusta?
Feels like a month ago.
Wow.
We were sipping tea from our Masters coffee mugs today. We had such a great
Masters.
And I know that it was said that you didn't get to watch the coverage live on television because you were there, but that's a nice trade-off. But I put together
DVR'd it, watched it when I got home.
Put together a small highlight reel for you of some moments from the telecast that I think you'll enjoy. Help you
Awesome.
relive Masters Sunday.
Hello, friends. And hello, friends. We're glad to have all of you friends with us today. Hello, friends. Or hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. And hello, friends. Welcome, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. And hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. And hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. And welcome, friends. Hello, friends. And welcome back, friends. Or hello, friends. Hello, friends. And hello, friends. Welcome, friends. And hello, friends.
We'll always have Augusta, Mike.
We'll always have Jim Nance's friend's crutch.
Send that to Nancy.
That's right.
The worst part for me, and I don't know why this sticks in my craw, but Nance is a funny guy, and he's a good guy, and he's a lot of fun, and he's somebody that I'd love to get him back on the show again. Maybe we can do it next year before the Masters. That'd be a lot of fun. Jim Nance is a fun guy, but that demeanor he has when he greets Billy Payne,
yes,
for the presentation of the jacket, where it's like, hello, Billy.
Yeah.
Just that whole thing kind of.
It's like he just paid his dues.
It actually
is weird.
It looks like he's holding in a lung full of pot smoke that he can't release.
Hello, Billy.
Butler cabin.
But it wouldn't be the same without him. I mean, the Masters wouldn't be the same without Jim Nance.
He is part of the fabric. He really is.
He is now officially iconic, and he has been for a good long time. I like Jim Nance, and I think he's a fabulous play-by-play football guy.
Quick sidebar. Isn't it awkward that the guy who just won the Masters sits in the middle seat? I just realized that last week.
Yeah. That you've got Jim Nance and Billy Payne on the right.
Yeah.
And then you've got, is it the guy that just won right to the left, and then the guy that's the champion, and then to the left of him is the amateur.
Yes, and so when you walk in for a seating arrangement, even on camera, it's always kind of like the bumper car situation where like, oh, no, you go here. No, you're sitting in the middle. Even though they know they're going to sit in the middle.
I'm somebody who thinks the whole thing ought to be out there where everybody can see.
Yes!
I think that it's too.
Instead of the skull and bones living room.
I don't think you've thought that through.
By the way, this death grip that I believe I can attribute this death grip to being in close proximity to about 10,000 people in that little gift shop they had at the Masters. I think that's what caused this cold.
It's the wealthy. It's the wealthy flu, Mike.
The wealthy flu.
I'm reading right now. It's the Augusta Press Scimitar. Apparently, there was some infected peach ice cream sandwiches that got around.
Oh man, the peach ice cream sandwiches.
Sounds phenomenal.
All that's gone, by the way. The peach ice cream, all that I gained at the Masters is
fantastic.
Is lost.
You've just
now.
got
well, also you can eat like
broth.
that because you walked 7 miles that day.
Well, but it didn't matter. It's still, when I got on the scale the Monday after the Masters, I was like out of my mind shocked. It was crazy. I mean, that's a lot of calories in the pimento cheese sandwiches.
Hey, you know what else has a lot of calories is Dr. Pepper soda.
Oh, yes. Very much sugary soda, the worst thing you can take in.
And there is a girl named Claire Daniels, and she truly put a wrench in Dr. Pepper. They had a great idea for a promotion. She put out on Twitter that she drinks so much Dr. Pepper that she should have a Dr. Pepper fountain at her house. So Dr. Pepper jumps on this, designs
like a real fountain,
like the kind that you would see, almost like a bird bath gone crazy, with
not
tears.
like a soda fountain, like a real fountain,
like a fountain.
Well, a real fountain's gonna, Robbie, you know this. Real fountain's gonna take all the carbonation out of it.
Well, it's more for show, but
Okay.
but it is a quart. They designed it custom and built it out of Dr. Pepper bottles, and it had the logo all over it, and it was filled with Dr. Pepper. What they didn't
Bless their hearts.
What they didn't verify is that Claire Daniels is a moron, and that she really only drinks about 2 or 3 cans a day, which is not that much.
No,
So
it's not really.
When they make this
that's
huge,
a lot.
enough to merit a fountain.
No, but for any regular person, 2 to 3 sodas a day.
Do you want to advance the
is
bid,
too
or
much.
do you
No,
want
I'm
to
just saying, just for context, 2 or 3 sodas a day is a lot.
Do you want to advance the bid? That's
Okay,
funny.
so here's
Made me laugh.
her.
That's my biggest laugh.
Here is her accepting the fountain, and you got to know this is not the spokesman that Dr. Pepper wanted for their
'Cause she's
quarterly.
an idiot.
Yeah, listen to her.
I just said that I should probably have a Dr. Pepper fountain installed in my house because of how much money I spend on it, which is pretty accurate. So,
How much money do you think you spend a week on Dr. Pepper?
I honestly don't know. I don't pay attention because I feel like it would make me sad. So,
How much Dr. Pepper do you drink a day?
well, I haven't been drinking a lot because I gave it up for Lent. But like normally, I try to only do one because like health, but probably like at least 2, maybe 3 on a
Such
on a
an
good
idiot.
day. I think it's
Such an
awesome.
idiot.
I'm really excited. I think it's weird how like one tweet can make this happen, but it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool that in the course of that interview, she said she's cutting back on Dr. Pepper for health.
Mike,
So thank you for being a spokesmodel.
She's cute. She's skinny.
Right.
She's white. They
Sure.
thought they had a winning
Oh,
formula.
they really did.
They had it.
They thought she
Dr.
would be
Pepper.
Jared. They thought they'd be her next Jared.
I
And
want
let's-
him to bring back "I'm a pepper, you're a pepper."
I like that. I
Wouldn't
like
you
that
like to
good-
be a pepper too?
there are no good jingles right now. No commercial
The
jingles.
fountain
happening.
does look cool, though.
Oh, I'd love to have it. I'd love it.
I'd like it with light Heineken beer. Thank you, Heineken light beer.
She's got a
We got
sister in the
another keg
background
can.
that definitely
We got
could-
another keg can over the weekend.
Oh,
Keg can, yes.
Keg can is strong.
Yeah,
Mike,
but
I respect that you're doing the
too
keg
sick to
can.
enjoy.
They're
You
so
do?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
it's right
so
in the
awesome.
refrigerator. But we tapped it, and I had half a thing of one, and I just wasn't. I'm too.
Would you ever step up to like a countertop kegerator? Where you
no,
could keep it dedicated.
because that's too much. I don't drink that much beer, so it's.
Well, you need to apply yourself.
I know I should. I should work
2 or
harder,
3 a
thank
day
you.
is not good, Mike.
That's right. You'll never get your Heineken fountain because we're trying to cut back for Lent. Let's close with this. I missed all of you guys. I was at Coachella over the weekend. Great
Oh,
concert.
really? What'd
Great
you
concert.
wear?
Nothing.
Oh.
I was nude. And due to my stomach, no one could arrest me because there was no indecent
Skin is
exposure.
in.
Yeah, it looked like the guy on Operation.
That was Rob making a stomach hanging over his junk joke.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
No indecent
That's
exposure.
my fluita stomach hanging over the
hello,
junk joke.
Fluita.
Nobody saw anything. You
This
get
is
it?
my dear friend Fluita.
Fluzo.
But at Coachella, Radiohead had a whole bunch of sound problems. Check this out. I mean, this is not a rinky-dink affair, and what they say at the end is pretty funny.
Aliens again. I'd like to tell you a joke, lighten the mood or something like that. But this is already had. So
He said, we'd like to tell you a joke to lighten the mood, but this is Radiohead, so F it. It turns out the problem, think about this, is the biggest musical festival of the year.
Yes.
The problem was they had to turn off the board for 10 seconds and turn it back on.
Oh.
That's what the problem was at Coachella. So the
An
next
audio
time you're
board,
dealing,
baby.
the next time
Yeah.
you're dealing
Full
with tech
reset.
support, do a full reset.
Wow.
Glad to know that it worked out for them.
good.
Fluella, I hope you're
Yeah.
feeling better. And
Thank you,
that's
Rob.
your that's your audio
Aw.
vault. Have a great
Thank you.
Monday, everybody.
Thank you. There's the audio vault. There's the music. Cue the announcer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Mike O'Barra Show. Our Staleville address is TMOS PO Box 3210 Bud, Washington, D.C. 22007. If you want to send a birthday or message for our weekly mailbag segment, it's Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'BarraShow.com. Thanks for all the years of amazing support for TMOS and continue to spread the word about our show all over the world. For Bob Spiewak, Busker Santana, and our executive producer, Matt Ponyboy Bloom, this is Mike O'Barra inviting you to join us again for your favorite part of the day, the Mike O'Barra Show. Bye-bye, everybody.
So long.
Ciao, ciao.
One last thing. Please remember that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is the best way to shop for anything and everything. So, shop Amazon and get there through our website. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Now, go in peace.
Mike O'Mara Radio Entertainment.